Kate is 19. She grew up as Callum, but felt from her early teens that she was really female. She loves glamming up for a night out with friends, but not everyone she comes across is so accepting of her.
We went to our friend's 18th birthday, and then this guy was like dancing in front of me and he was giving me like that eye, and I was kind of just like, all right, okay, whatever, I'm drunk, I'll just kiss you. And then, and then we kissed, and someone told him that I was trans, and he like kicked off like mega. I ended up having like a panic attack, and then you followed him outside and kicked off at him. And then I think he got into a fight with another guy because he called him gay. He got kicked out by the bouncers.
2 years ago, Kate told her mum Rachel she wanted to transition. Since then, it's been a slow process of adjustment for them both.
I guess you go through almost like a mourning period where you've got to mentally prepare yourself that actually that's the end of Callum. And put Callum away almost. I guess I've always done it that this journey has been about Kate and not about me.
Kate's at the beginning of her transition journey. She takes blockers, which prevent the production of testosterone, and is on a low dose of estrogen.
For me, shaving is really important for a night out because I don't want a guy to like touch my leg and then have like hair everywhere. But yeah, I guess it does make me feel more feminine.
I think it's brought us closer. It's given her more confidence. It's taken her a long time to find who she is. And I feel like the last few years, it's certainly not been easy by any shape or form, but I feel like the last few years she's gaining her confidence. Each year that this process goes on, I feel that she's comfortable in her skin.
When I first started clubbing, it bothered me a lot when guys were like really like shitty with me. Because I was kind of like, well, I'm a girl, like, there's no problem with it. And then I kind of saw it from their perspective in a way. Because I was kind of like, I can understand to an extent, but some of the overreactions that I get is a bit extreme. But yeah, I suppose I've built a thicker skin over the years. Weird.
Quite amusing.
Weird. Feels weird looking back on these.
You hated your glasses, didn't you?
Yeah,
you used to hide them. All these older ones, to me, up until probably 15, 16, you were always Callum. So your past, to me, is always Callum.
Yeah.
So we had the discussion, didn't we, about you saying that you were gay. It was a couple of weeks after that, wasn't it, that you came down really upset and said you needed to talk to me because you wanted to be a girl.
Yeah. I feel like to begin with, you were a bit like...
I didn't know where to go or who to speak to.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us did, really, did we? I guess you go through a process, kind of like a bereavement in a way, but without the complete loss, because it's kind of saying goodbye to Callum and stopping using the name and forcing yourself to use Kate, sometimes automatically. I didn't do that, did I? I did try.
It did take you a while.
You kind of had 16 years of calling you Callum. But yeah, there's definitely almost like a bereavement part where it's saying goodbye to Callum. So if they up your hormones a little bit, does that mean you'll start working out what the Hoover's for?
I know perfectly well how to use the Hoover. I use that bloody Hoover more than you do.
Every 6 months, those hormone doses will increase, and eventually Kate hopes to have reassignment surgery too. She makes a monthly journey to the doctors for injections.
But yeah, I guess it kind of was quite life-changing in the aspect that, obviously, because I wasn't producing testosterone anymore, my sex drive wasn't crazy, and just just loads of different things. I felt more me. I'll have to have this injection until I have sex reassignment surgery. So whenever they remove my testicles, I'll no longer need the injection because I won't be producing testosterone anymore. I don't think people realise 100% about what trans people actually go through, because it's not just you wake up one morning and you think, oh, I want to get a boob job, I want to be a girl, blah, blah, blah. It's something you pretty much have from the get-go. Like, you'll always have a feeling that you're not right, and you never feel 100% you. And waking up every morning and looking in the mirror and seeing things that aren't supposed to be there.
This one is.
I think if I hadn't have been there for her, she'd have had to face this completely and utterly on her own. And it's been exhausting for both of us. It's a very, very long journey. And I could never have lived myself if I'd expected to make this journey on her own.
Well, I always knew I was transgender, even since I was about 3. I used to be obsessed with like princesses, and like I used to always run around in like princess dresses, and I had like this really massive obsession with like mermaids. Always had this obsession with mermaids. I mean, I'm still obsessed with mermaids. Like, who isn't? But I used to always say like, Mum, when am I going to be a mermaid?
When I looked into that, a lot of transgender children will identify with mermaids because they're gender neutral. And because of the fin, which is why a lot of transgender children relate to mermaids, which really made sense to me then. It explained a lot.
One of Kate's biggest decisions so far in her journey has been what name she wanted to be called.
How my name came about, I kind of asked my mum, I was like, what were you going to call me if I was born like a normal girl? And she said, she always says with all of us, me, my brother and my sister, she always says, right, I was either going to call you Kirsten or Caitlin. And I was kind of like, oh, I kind of like the name Caitlin. And then I was kind of like, I don't want it to be Caitlin though. And then when I thought about it loads, my best friend kind of mentioned to me, she was kind of just like, what about Kate? And then obviously I spoke to my mum about it, and she was just like, and she liked the name Kate, so it was kind of like a mutual decision. Because obviously I'm her child, so I kind of wanted her to name me in a way. Again, a few days ago my mum actually called me Callum by accident, and occasionally people will mix it up and by accident call me like my old name. I mean, personally it doesn't bother me if the person knew me before, but if they didn't know me and they do it on purpose, then it's kind of like a dig at me in a way. But yeah, she said it to me the other day, and I didn't even think twice. I was kind of just like, who's Callum? And then she was like, she just looked at me, and I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, oh my God, I literally completely forgot. It's kind of like, in a way, Callum's kind of dead. Like, he's gone now. Doesn't exist.
I am very proud of Kate. It is a massive journey to go on. She gets a lot of mixed responses on social media, even on dating websites and people out in public. On the whole, when you look at Kate, you can't tell that she's transgender. Very proud of how brave she's been to go through this process, because it's certainly not an easy journey in any way, shape or form. But yeah, the start of her future now. Let's see where it takes us.
Well, I wouldn't really necessarily say it's being trapped in the wrong body. I'd say it's more, I don't really know, like I'm in the right body. I suppose I was just born to make adjustments, and I kind of see it as I was born with a birth defect, and I ended up producing the wrong hormones and all that kind of stuff. I've always been a girl forever. I've never really seen myself as a boy. I'd say I'm a pretty girly girl. I like my makeup and I like perfume and girly clothes.